Hello, welcome back to the FA Championship 2027 Season 5 here at Qatar for the Qatar Grand Prix. Your boy King Raza, your commentator for today. If you just tune in from the Bahrain Grand Prix after an amazing race, I must say, it was nice. He took the win. McLaren Crow looked like the quickest car, but these balls are looking at their level, I gotta say. But what does Qatar will bring? What will Qatar bring for today? Considering the total was 16 corners, one DRSO, yes, only one DRSO down the main straight, a bit like Bahrain. It's a bit like, I must say, a roller coaster of a track, a bit like Portugal, which you're going to be going in the next few races time. But either way, this is a beautiful track, and I hope we will see some really good racing between the drivers for today, because I gotta say, the championship is looking very tight as we look at the championship concluding the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here it is on your screens. It is Naz lead the way, only by 3 points from King Raza. Then Claudia's in third. Killian move up into fourth. Then you have Josh B, Zai, Rose, Ruby, Brandon Al, Washer, Fritten, Emily, Taris, Lily, Maddie, Soraya, Matty, DJ, Agent, and Shay. That is your championship standings and your constructor standings as well. McLaren Chrome, they're leading the way by a mile from these balls. We drop down, McLaren shut down to P3, then Motorsport, Red Bull Shearer, Peugeot E-Drive, and Alpine, Williams, and the two Lamborghini teams for Tradition and Neon down in 9th and 10th. Lambo Neon having a very disappointing start to the season, so they've got some work to do to try and get some points back, but all eyes are at the front. Naz, Claudia, we always speculated that they could be our top drivers for this championship, but we never know what colour pace do they have today. What does McLaren use boards, and can Red Bull or Peugeot or McLaren Charlotte us can get ourselves involved in the fight? Well, we'll have to find out, because here we go. Let's get into the grid for the Qatar Grand Prix. So, it is Claudia on pole position, but Naz just nip her into P2. So very close between those two, I would say. Kaylin will start third place with Josh B for Red Bull Shearer start fourth. Rose, she will start in fifth for Motorsport Racing, as Washer for the Williams starts sixth. Really good qualifying for both Williams actually. Washer Fritten 6th and 7th. Zai for Peugeot E-Drive in 8th. Ruby for Motorsport Racing start 9th. Not a good qualifying from her. Brandon Al, great qualifying from him, starting 10th with Teres in 11th. Great improvement. Maddie is in 12th. Then we have Emily started in 13th, and your boy King Raza, yes, your Ray Sharp start 14th. A pole qualifying performance from us. We've got some work to do. That's Lily start 15th, and our teammate Matty still struggling with the car, start 16th. Soraya in 17th, and then Shane, he will start in 18th place, and DJ, let his struggles continue, start 19th, and Agent, his struggles continue as he start last on the grid. So that is your grid lineup. What is going to happen in this race? That's what we'll be answering as we get ready to go racing. There's your boy King Raza. We're starting P14. That's our first bad qualifying performance. We got some work to do, but let's get into the 5 red lights, because it's time for the Qatar Grand Prix. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights are up on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. And it's lights out, and away we go. Claudia did not get on the line pretty well, and that's got on the line very well, and already she's got a clean start, and already she's ahead of Claudia as we head into turn 1. Naz got the lead as Claudia dropped out to second. Josh got past clearly into turn 1, into third. A brilliant start from Josh, as there's a 5-second penalty already for Agent at the back there, and everyone's trying to jockey for positions, and Kelly sent it back down the inside of Josh. Josh, he thought he might got P3, now he lost it as Killian managed to regain composure and now managed to get back into P3 as we watch it. Ruby now and Fritten having a great fight for P9 here. Ruby will have the inside line as we head out of that corner. Ruby stays ahead, and Ruby's ahead of Fritten, and that Maddie could be getting involved. The midfield pack are absolutely scrapping away, but meanwhile it is Naz leading this race from Claudia. Naz is on the sauce, Claudia on medium, so that's probably why Naz got that overtake done very easily. Your boy King Raza made that position, and funny enough, me and Emily, both of us, we are starting on the hard. So, I mean, we have to go try and do something differently because we start way down the order because we want to get some points today. We need to try and get in the top 5. And since we're like in second in the championship and we're starting P14, we need to make this strategy work and try something different to everyone else. DRS is enabled. Kaylin down the inside of Josh, who's giving her a little bit of a nerve right now. I'm going to say, as Josh is really giving Kaylin a little hard time, as Naz now already a second away of Claudia. And now we head into the lights of turn 4, through into turn 5 we go. Zaza now giving Josh a little bit of pressure, so we need to watch how he get himself involved. But Fritton, he's down to P10, so not a good start for Fritton. Washer had dropped some positions, but not a good start, must say, for Lassie Williams. As you can see there, Terrace is having a fight there with the likes of Emily, who's on the hards. Emily trying to defend against Terrace. Terrace wanting to go try and rally outside. Emily teammate trying to gain from Soraya as they're two of them nip away out this track right now. Through the lights on turn 12, coming up into turn 12 actually. And there goes Terrace. He is dropped down the 2 Lambo transit zones. Got Terrace out of that corner, and now it looks like Soraya is looking for the move on her teammate Emily as we head out on the line on turn 15 into the final corner. Now Josh has the DRS against the likes of Kaylin. Kaylin is really struggling, and she's really under pressure here. There goes Josh yet again, turning inside of Kaylin. Can Kaylin try and fight this one back? She is going to try and fight this one. These two are really going at it, and it's allowing Naz and Claudia to have some breathing room as they're still side by side. Coming up into turn 4, Josh turning inside. Josh is now ahead of Kaylin, and Josh has got P3. I'm very shocked to see that Josh B is actually fighting one of the McLaren Pros, who are the fastest team out there, but it is actually because that Josh is on the source, so he had a little bit of extra pace against the meters. But when the meters come into play, I really think that McLaren Chrome could be a real threat to Josh here as this race progresses on. But as we skip some laps later on to lap 4, as I mentioned, Kaylin is right at the back of Josh, and she's looking for this re-overtake for P3. Here we go. Kaylin has the inside. Josh didn't really fight this one. He is still looking for the move actually, but unfortunately for him, he's down to P4. But it's a long race, 28 laps coming for you guys for this Qatar Grand Prix. And Zaza now giving Josh a little pressure. Zaza's going to have the inside line, and he got the move done, and maybe challenging Kaylin for the lead. Not for the lead, sorry, for P3 actually, for podium position. Zaza trying to rally outside, but couldn't get the move done. He has to stay put. And oh, don't your safety car, and your leader Naz for Visa Balls have pulled over with an engine problem. Oh my goodness, Naz is out of the race. Visa Balls, who are leading this Grand Prix, who has suffered their first reliability issue, and it has to come at the start of the Grand Prix. It has to come when things are looking very tight for the championship. And for Naz, your race winner last time out in Bahrain, who is looking very good here in Qatar, he has come to blows with an engine problem, and Visa Balls gonna be absolutely gobsmacked and very disappointed. And that's a huge dramatic moment for Naz, and that's probably going to cost her some big points in the championship against Claudia and McLaren Chrome. And if you're Claudia and Kaylin, they are in a huge, they have a huge advantage, a massive advantage now, because McLaren Chrome might be settling in possibly for a pretty good 1-2 for this race, because we know that the other teams, in what we can tell, they don't really have the pace against McLaren Chrome, and only Visa Balls, they are the only team who can actually challenge McLaren Chrome. So it's looking like Claudia and Kaylin look like they might be in a comfortable position now in this race. But for Visa Balls, Naz, oh man, that's gotta hurt. That really has gotta hurt. And I mean, will that hamper their performance coming into Melbourne next time out in round 4 next race in Australia? How much will that hamper their performance? Because these reliability issues can hamper your performances, whether it'll help you in a positive way or in a negative way come the next race. Oh, what a shame for Naz. What a shame, but it is what it is. And these reliability issues do happen, and they're just gonna have to walk away with no points and try to figure out what the issue is and try and fix it. Hopefully they don't have any more as this season progresses on. Right, let's get back into the action because we still got some racing going on here in the circuit of Qatar. Here is Josh giving Rose a little bit of pressure. Rose made a really good overtake, as you guys saw a couple of moments ago, making a double overtake on Zaza and Josh down the main straight, I believe on lap 8, at the starting of lap 8, and now she's ahead of Josh and Zaza, but Josh is looking for that re-overtake. So now now these guys are actually fighting for podium position because Naz is out and Josh is going to get that move done. He is through on Rose, but Rose is going to fight this one back, maybe no, but Zaza now getting himself involved. Zaza in P5 looking for this overtake out of the keeper turn 3. Zaza still is hanging back, minding his business and just waiting for that opportunity to come, and he has to stay there in 5th place. So as we get some laps later onto lap 11, Rose has come into the pits. I think she was one of our first pitters, first mandatory pit stop for Rose, and she is going on the hards, which is very interesting, as here comes Lily now making her first pit stop, and I think that might be Terrace in the Red Bull also coming in, and Zaza is having a fight with Josh. Those softs are starting to degrade, so maybe the soft runners are starting to come in, as Terrace now in the Red Bull has gone for the hard as well. I'm wondering if all the teams are seeing King Raz's performance, because remember, we started on the hards, so I wonder these guys, the teams are been looking at King Raz's timings on his hards and figure out that maybe the hards might be the best tire compound around the circuit, and they're going to go for that tire strategy. So we'll see if the hards will be the best tire option for this race as this race progresses on. But we're watching Josh right now, who is losing a little bit of touch of Zaza, but there is your race leader. Claudia is literally on her own and just minding her own business right now, and well, no one is giving her no problems. Just has to hope that she doesn't have any car problems. I mean, if you're Maddie, Naz's teammate, you'll be really worried after your teammate had a reliability issue. So you've got to pray that your car can hang on for the rest of the race. As there comes Josh in the pits, and he's also going on the hards. So I think these teams are now realizing maybe the hards might be the best tire compound for this race, because they're seeing the pace of your boy King Raza, and soon those hards are going to drop off for us, because we've been on those hards for 12 laps. Literally, we haven't made our pit stop yet. So when are we going to make a pits? I don't know, but I'm just waiting for the call for the team, because we need to try and get some points today, because we can't afford to lose any points since we're second in the championship. I know it's early season, but these points matters. Whether it's 1 point or 2 points, they will really matter when it comes to the end of this season. As Rose is having a fight with agents, she's trying to get through some traffic, the slow cars, I must say, as Rose tried to go rally outside, went off track a little bit. Zaza has come into the pits now. He's going on the hards as well, so I'm not surprised because everyone else is doing it, but I think Rose has got the move on Agent, and now she can try and chase down the likes of Matty. Yeah, she has got the move, and oh, hold on a minute, Agent is actually trying to fight this one back. Hold on a minute, he's not giving up this one. As we head into turn 1, Agent got the move done. He actually re-overtakes Rose, which is very shocking indeed. He has a 5-second penalty, by the way, and so does our teammate Matty. How many penalties? Matty's having a really bad start to this season, I've got to say, but Rose got Agent, but for Matty, 5-second penalty. I'm pretty sure every race you've got a 5-second penalty. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But yeah, Matty's having a pretty bad start to the season. He is a rookie. This is his first time driving in an FA car, so it's probably going to take him time to try and get used to all the controls and everything and find a rhythm in at that McLaren shadow. But meanwhile, Curly had definitely found a rhythm, because she was in FA Season 4, and yeah, her season in Season 4, like I mentioned time and time again, was really awful, and she come into Season 5 like, really improved on her driving style, and she's completely on a different level to everyone else because she is dominating this one. 7 seconds ahead of Kaylin. As we're watching now, Ruby and Washer, the Motorsport and the Williams are in the pits as Ruby has gone for the softs. So Motorsport are doing something a little bit different to everyone else. And Matty's in, he's in, and he's taking that 5-second penalty. So unfortunately for Matty, he's going to drop way down the order, probably to the back of the field, maybe last, unfortunately. But yeah, Motorsport, they'll go for something different. Rose, she gone for the hards, but Ruby, she's gone for the soft. So Ruby, maybe she's having a little conversation or team rated with the team. She wants to do something different, but I'm pretty sure she's going to try and do a 2-stop here because those softs are not going to go to the end. So she has to make another pit stop. So yeah, I wonder, I don't know what Ruby's trying to do, but whatever strategy she's trying, I'm sure she's going to try and get some, trying to finish way higher than 9th, because I don't think she wants to finish in 9th. She will probably want to finish around 5th or maybe get a podium. A win is definitely out of the window because Claudia and or actually might as well say that McLaren Chrome that really dominating this one, as Claudia, a race leader, has come into the pits, and I think she's gone for another set of medium compound tyres. That car is working like an absolute giant right now. It's performing really well here in Qatar as Claudia comes out ahead of your boy King Raza. King Raza will be on these hards for 15 laps now. There's no way we're going to be catching Claudia once those mediums warm up. So that means I think Kaylin, Maddie, Fritton, Emily, Agent is pitting right now, and us, we are the only drivers who haven't pitted yet. And it's looking like, as we get to laps later on to lap 16, Josh has caught up to the back of traffic, and Maddie is looking for a move on Fritton. Down the inside she goes, and Maddie looked like she's going to get the move done, but they need to watch her mirrors and probably do not keep Josh or the likes of Rose napping here, or waiting, I must say, because they're not, Josh is not in their fight. They're not fighting them for position. So I'm pretty sure they have to let Josh go, and hopefully let Josh go on to try and get some points today, because I think his real fight is with Rose, and that's the driver who's behind him. He's trying to make a move now on Maddie. Rose is also trying to have a little move on the likes of Fritton. Josh is going around the outside of Maddie. Maddie's going to try and defend this one, and I don't know why she should be letting Josh go, because Maddie is in a different race right now. There goes Josh, he got the move done, and there goes Rose, got the move done. They're both up to P3 and P4, P5. Your boy Kiraz is in P3. Kaylin still leading the way. Oh, I think she's pitting now, probably. I don't know. Oh no, Carly just overtake her, so Carly overtake Kaylin. So yeah, Kaylin is gonna have to make another pit stop, but that's probably gonna drop her into traffic. So that means Kaylin needs to get through all the traffic if she wants to finish in a podium position. So yeah, Kaylin got some work to do when she made that pit stop. Maddie made her pit stop. She's come out in P15 ahead of Matty and Shay, who's having a fight for P15. Terrence is ahead of her in P14. So yeah, let's see how that will play out, as Shay and DJ having a great scrap, I must say, for P17 right now, side by side. DJ will have the inside line. Oh, he doesn't have the grip. I don't know, he can't make the move done. I think he's a bit too far away to make that move, unfortunately. So he has to stay put in P18. But Claudia is still leading the way, 3 seconds ahead of Kaylin. Kaylin, remember, she hasn't pitted yet, so, and she's just literally losing time to Claudia right now. Claudia's literally dropped her, and there's a track limit warning for Ruby, so she needs to be careful. If she get 3 track limits, then that's a 5-second penalty coming away. So that's the first strike, and she skips the laps later on board with Rose, giving King Raza a little bit of pressure. I'm really shocked to see that your boy King Raza have not pitted yet off those hards. I don't know what the team is trying to do here. We're on lap 19 out of 28, less than 10 laps to go for this Qatar Grand Prix, and Rose got passes very easily, and she's up into P4. Now she can chase down Josh. This is, I must say, this might be the fight for P2, because I don't see Josh catching Claudia at all. Claudia's literally miles ahead. She's miles ahead right now. as she starts the next lap of the Grand Prix. Rose is catching Zai. King Raza is probably gonna, we're probably gonna drop so many positions. There goes Ruby. Ruby just got past us. Why in the world have we not pitted? What is going on with our team? McLaren Shadow. I don't know what's going on here. Communication issue. I don't know, because we've been on this horse for 20 laps now. That is not normal. That is not normal. We at least need to make a mandatory pit stop, and we have not. We're probably going to drop, possibly outside the points, if this carries on. What is going on here? As we skip to lap 21, Josh is going to have a fight with Zai for P2. He has the DRS. DRS is enabled. Here he goes, side by side, down the inside. Josh goes. He's up into second place. Kaylin, by the way, has now pitted. She has now pitted onto the sauce. That's our final pit stop. So now we're going to see her flying through the field. But can these guys keep Kaylin behind? That is a real question, because they're going to be fighting so much for P2, for podium position. Because look at this, Zai and Josh are really having a big scrap, and they're bringing Colour Sports along for the party. Rose and Ruby, they're going to be fighting out with these guys sooner rather than later. Josh just managed to defend that inside line. Zai is really still keeping Josh on his nerves right now as we head into now the middle braking zone. Now, rather likes to turn 10. Josh still squeezing Zai out there, giving Zai no room as we're heading down into turn 12. He is ahead. Zai trying to look for the inside now into turn 14. Zai is still trying in. Josh just managed to hang on just for a split second. And Zai, oh, he went wide. Zai went wide. And now that's bringing Rose into the play. Round the final corner. Wash is having a fight with Kaylin. Kaylin is going to send it down the inside and she's through. And now she's going to catch the pack for P2. But we need to turn our attention now to Rose, because Rose, I think, is going to be the move. Now it's Ruby's going to dive it down the inside. They're going to double overtake, baby. Can Ruby get the move done? Yes, she does. But Zai's still hanging in there. He's still hanging in there. And he got a 5-second penalty. That's not what you want. I think they made contact, Zai and Ruby there. And now the two Colour Sport cars having a fight. Rose set up the inside of Josh. Josh got something better to do as well. My goodness, it is kicking off here for P2, and meanwhile Claudia is now 32 seconds ahead of these guys. That is OP level of driving. What is going on in this race? Claudia is absolutely stomped off into the distance, man. She's on a way different level to everyone else. She is dominating this one, as meanwhile, Kaylin is having a little go on the likes of Rose. She's got past Ruby, now she's trying to go for the move on the likes of Rose. Ruby's going to try and fight this one back. The two soft runners going side by side. Kaylin's down the inside of the likes of Rose, and now she's going to have the DRS to try and make it a 1-2 for McLaren Throne. There she goes. Can Josh defend? I don't think so. He has worn out hard, and there goes Kaylin with the best sauce to get up into P2, and Kaylin in second place to make it a 1-2 for McLaren Throne. Great fighting from everyone, but this fight for podium position is not over. The fight for third place is on, I must say, and Apollyon has to say this might be the only very interesting fight to conclude this Grand Prix. Josh, can he hang on to this P3? Ruby's on the side. She's quicker than these guys. Josh has been on his horse for about 12 laps, so this is going to be paying dividends near the end of the race. As meanwhile, the two Colour Sport cars having a fight with Zaza. You don't really want to do that, because you're going to lose some time to the guys behind. But there goes Zaza using the battery to get past all those cars, including Josh, to get himself into P3. What a move from Zaza. He has really come out of the shade today right now, as he's now into third place. Can he hold the line? I don't know, because we've got a couple more laps going. As, oh my goodness, Ruby has pitted. Ruby has pitted as he gets to lap 25, so maybe that strategy that she tried earlier definitely did not work. I think the hard strategy is the one to go. And for Ruby, oh dear, her struggles continue. Ever since that contact with Naz in Abu Dhabi, she has been really struggling throughout this season. and Connor Sports. I mean, at least Rose is doing really well, but for Ruby's side, she got a lot of work to try and close back the gap to the guys ahead, unfortunately, and it's looking like a top 10 is only for her, maybe for the soft to try and get some points on the name, but yeah. She got some work to do as Josh got the move done on the lights on Zai Zai. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, Zai Zai has a 5-second penalty, but screw the penalty. Let's have a great fight to the end of this race, because this is the only biggest fight that I can see on the track. Zai Zai re-overtake Josh to the inside, got the move done. Meanwhile, behind them, I think that's Rose and Washer for the Alassi Williams having a great scrap for P5. Washer got the inside, but Rose is going to keep this fight going, and she will have the straight line speed to get Washer into the line to turn 4. Through turn 5 we go. Rose got the move done. She's up into P5. A great scrap between Rose and Washer, but they have lost a little bit of time to the guys ahead. That is Josh and Zai Zai, who is going to get that 3rd place podium, the last place on the podium. Well, we all know that Cloudy's going to get this podium, and so does Kaylin, because what a dominant display that Claudia has shown. I mean, if Nas was still in the race, maybe, just maybe, she could give Claudia a little bit more pressure if she didn't have that reliability issue, but unfortunately for Nas, this is definitely a day to forget, and you just have to move into a home race, because remember, Naz in Australia, she is from Australia, so she just has to pray that her home race will be way better than today's, as we're still watching this brilliant fight between Ziza and Josh. They have dropped Rosa Washer, by the way, but I've got to say, what a race for Washer. A brilliant qualifying and a brilliant race, not just for him, but for the team as a whole, for Washer and Atlassian Williams Racing. Brilliant stuff from them today, and I'm sure they're going to be very happy to get some really good points, and that will hopefully help them in the constructors fight, as we watch Ziza literally dive bomb Josh into the first corner. Meanwhile, Washer and Rose still going at it on the final lap, but all eyes on Claudia. 32 seconds to the gap behind. She has definitely slapped everyone to the bin as she round the final corner. Claudia takes a dominant win here in Qatar, and I gotta say, that is definitely a statement to show she has really become a different driver from season 4 to season 5. She is definitely on a league of her own, as her teammate Kaylin, I mean, she has definitely proved since round 1 as well, but she got some catching up to do as she rounded the final corner to make it a 1-2 for McLaren Chrome. What a race for that team. They're going to be very happy. Zai Zai, he managed to keep Josh behind, but unfortunately, he has that 5-second penalty, so he's going to drop down, possibly to P4, maybe P6. He will cross the line 3rd, but it's Josh, the FA Season 1 champion. He will get his first podium in the FA Season 5 series. That's something to be very happy about, as the rest of the drives finish. But your boy King Isaiah, yes, you're ready, champ. We're going to finish in P13. Oh dear. That is oh my goodness. We absolutely spoiled our strategy. I don't know what McLaren Shadow was thinking there. And yeah, something to forget about, a race to forget, but something to celebrate is for Claudia. She takes her 2nd win of the season, and it is another dominant display from her. Kaylee will finish in the likes of 2nd, then Josh B, then the likes of Washer, Rose, Zaze, Maddie, Lily, Ruby, Britton, Brandon L, Terrace, Soraya, King Razor, Matty, Emily, DJ, Shay, Agent, and Naz, unfortunately, who has retired from this race due to an engine problem. What will that do in Australia? Will that hamper their performance in Australia next race? Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. But let's look at the championships. What does it look like after today's race? Well, I've got to say, Claudia is now taking the dominant form. She now retakes the lead of the championship. Kaden up into second place. Great job for her, as Nas in third. King Rider, Josh B, Denton Zizai, Rose, Washer Ribby, Brandon L, Maddie Lilling, Fritted Emily, Terrace Herrera, Matty DJ, Agent, and Shay. And your construction standings, McLaren Pro take on healthy lead now ahead of these balls. Then McLaren Shadow, Collins Sport, Red Bull, Persia E-Drive, and Lassie Williams. Great race for them. Move to 7th, Alpine, and the 2 Lamborghini teams of Neon and Triton. Everyone in the team's got the points, but some drivers still yet to get the points in the Drivers' Championship. And that is how we conclude today's episode. I gotta say, McLaren as a whole, they're in a league of their own. Can anyone try and stop them? It is a long season. It's only round 3, and anything can happen as the season progresses on. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I see you again when FA returns in Australia. And I'm sure Naz has to find a way to bounce back. We'll see you in a flash. Bye bye and good night.